quasi-round robin to happen on the top boards. And there we have Magnus Carlsen playing white against somebody we currently cannot see, and it will be a Caro.
And also we can see behind him the CEO of Mahindra. Finally we can see him full.
Magnus saw something that he didn't like.
On the other board, yes, he was checking the other board.
Yes. By the way, what do we have there? Do we have
Here, yeah. You gave a speech about this position, which I basically agreed with entirely, and then it was further exacerbated. The problems Black has here were further exacerbated by Parham playing g5. People do play g5 in these types of positions, but you normally don't associate it with putting the queen on b6. I think Parham is kind of mixing up plans here a little bit. Magnus could have played c4 immediately, but he chose a slightly slower approach. He played king h1. Parham played knight g6, which is probably also not the greatest move in the world, because after bishop d3, your setup on the king side is kind of stuck.
By the way, as you can see in the bottom of your screen, we're getting a live feed results. Petrov versus Ivanchuk in Ukraine. That was a draw.
Yes, that was.
Yeah, so Parham tried swapping some pieces of the board by attacking the bishop on d2. The bishop immediately went to e3. The bishop returned to e7 eventually. And now Magnus is basically opening up everything. There is some files being opened on queen side, some files being opened on king side. And in particular, the move knight f5, I guess one of the more natural moves in the position, is being sharply criticized by the engine, which says you have to play a move like queen d8 or queen d7, I guess, to try and recapture on d5 with the queen, if that trade happens. Instead, Parham played knight f5 and gf. And now after he takes d5, the issue is you have to recapture with the pawn. And now your structure on the king side is completely broken. You do have this beautiful square on e6 for a knight, but you have two of them. They both want to be on e6. The other one will not have a particularly nice square. Rook cf1, knight g6 played. Now we can play, let's say, rook f5. And
you can put the other knight on g6.
Yeah, but then
f7 is coming.
It starts
hanging. I understand, yes, it's not
some
good.
really bad tactical shots.
And as for white, this knight obviously belongs on f3. The other one, I can find definitely positions where I will be playing knight c5. If I don't want to trade, I think it belongs on d3 generally. As usual, d3 is a very good square where we control the breaks. Maybe in some future we can maybe support the b2, b4 break if black manages to castle queen side. You can aim it at f4 squares. And just in more general terms, if you could already, let's say, castle queen side here without losing the f7 pawn, play king b8, and then somehow stabilize. With the king of b8, maybe this wouldn't have been so tragic. But organizing that will take a lot of doing.
Bishop b4.
Yeah, let's
try to open things out for the queen, open defense of f7.
You're trying to defend, yes, on f7, but...
And so let's do this.
Castle.
But you're so tied.
Don't have moves right now.
You're so tied down to the protection of the pawn on f7 that.
2 and a
Yeah.
half.
2.5. Only,
So
only
I
2.5.
made a draw. She had -4. Wow.
Yeah, 2-2 in. Whoa.
Only-
Hungary does not beat Peru.
Yes, so it's 2-2 at the end.
2-2 on board in match 2 there.
Georgia won against Mongolia.
Yeah, as
you
expected.
mentioned, Salome Meli was the only one who.
China-Poland still playing. There's still a game going on the final board between Nishikun and Alicia Slivichka. I don't think.
And it's just.
Oh no, it just finished.
It just
yeah.
finished. Yes,
So
2.5,
Poland beats China.
Big news also.
Yeah, China losing 2 in a row after being perfect for the first 4 rounds. Ukraine 3-1 against Serbia. Azerbaijan beating Vietnam 2.5-half. US eventually clutching it out under streak. Yeah,
lost.
Rishuk too nervous to sit down. He's on the march somewhere.
But maybe he's getting closer to Parham in order to
No, I think
hug him
I think they will
after-
show him away. I think
Yes.
I saw when the game between Dingler and Lekwan was still playing out. Somebody who actually had a captain's badge, but not a captain in that match, tried to get somewhat close to the board and was immediately shooed away by the match arbiter. You can't get close to people still playing.
Yes.
Rook to b6, king to f7. And once again, you try to get closer to my rook. That allows me to pass the bridge. Let's say rook to king to e7, and now I'm too close for your tricks to work.
Yeah, and
So
this is not even
6
close.
and
Yeah.
rook in d7, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, if you play rook h6, the point is now after king d7, a7, we just
White
play
takes
king
something
c7.
important,
We just
yes.
play king c7.
I'm close enough.
And rook h8, we quite happily snack on the pawn and rook king d6.
Yes. Probably they will play until the
Yeah.
Oh,
everything
sure.
is.
Magnus,
Yeah, okay,
no,
draw.
no, this,
Yes, it's
That's
draw, and
enough is
perhaps we will see now the reactions of the players. I want to see Parham. Yes, it's probably
Parham
Alexander is.
Parham being congratulated by
By-
somebody outside of frame there, but yeah.
Magnus should be so
That's
disappointed
very
now.
keen,
Yes,
yeah.
Magnus should be very disappointed.
This
but
is a huge save.
because of
I mean,
his
huge.
game, actually, the team lost the match. If he would have won this game, the team would save the match, and it would be a draw.
Alexander wanting to analyze